Hello, this is Alice Hill of Boss the Movement. I'm coming to you today to share the principle of truth and reality. This principle is so key because Jesus Christ said in the scriptures that He is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus Christ is also the light of the world. So Jesus' word operating in us, when it does that, we should submit to it and operate in truth. But what is truth? How does truth operate? Well, let's look at this more in depthly. Truth. In your classroom, you can ask a young person to come forth. You can bring a chair, and you can ask them, is this chair really here? And they will look at you and say, yes. And you ask them again, is this chair really here? And they will look at you in puzzlement, yes. You can ask them a third time, is the chair really, really, really there? And the youth, yes, teacher, the chair is there. So you can begin to teach the class that the reason that that youth said the chair is there is because his senses told him it was there. He saw it, he may have felt it, and he might have sat down in it. So how does he speak truth? It's because his senses confirmed it or said it. But we know, according to scriptures, we should not rely on our senses to tell us what truth is. Jesus Christ said He is the truth. So if His word says, by the stripes of Jesus, I'm healed, should that become our truth? Or should the fact that we're running a fever and our stomach feels upset and we feel wheezy, will that be our truth? One is the physical senses, the other is God's word. Whose report will you believe? Which report will you submit to? Now, in Africa and countries like Japan, especially years ago, when the emperor or the king came forth, the culture was trained to bow down. What does that bowing down say? What does it reflect? It reflects that I will decrease my reality to your reality. So if that king said it's sun shining outside, but you, the servant, said, no, it's raining in your thoughts. You said, no, but I feel, you what? You feel the rain. If you were to keep your life, what should you do? Should you submit to the words of the king and say, I submit, king, it is sunshine out here? Or should you rebel against his words, against his reality, and go by your senses and say, no, it is raining? If you rebelled against the king or the emperor, you can lose your life. But if you submit to his words, decrease your reality to his reality, a higher reality because he's king, then you can gain life and life more abundantly. So we take that example here. As we walk in God's word and learn of his promises, learn what he's done for us, if we submit to those words and allow those words to become the dominant images on the inside of us, through the process of repetitiously meditating on those words, those promises will flow through us in an easy fashion. Those promises will become pleasurable to meditate on. Those promises will be in our thought life often. Those promises will now become a dominant way of our thinking and of our life. What we have just done is we have submitted our old way of thinking to the words and promises of God. When we do that, we will allow the truth of God's word to become our reality. And when we do that, we will walk as headship in the earth realm. Now, principles are the opposite of facts. In fact, principles are to cause facts to happen. Principles don't change. They remain the same. facts, they do change. Facts are subject to change. According to God's word, facts are subject to change. So there's got to be something that comes into the life, into the environment of a fact that trumps the fact. When it trumps the fact, it dominates. It causes the facts to change. An example that you can use in the classroom, trainers, is this. You can wear a jacket or have on a sweater, and you can ask the young person or the students, is it a fact that I have on a jacket today? They can say, yes, teacher. Is it a fact that the color of this jacket is, and you can communicate the color? Yes, teacher, that is the fact. That is the fact. But then you can ask the students to close their eyes, tell them don't open their eyes until you give them the word to open their eyes. Then you can take that jacket or sweater off. Then tell them to open up their eyes. And they can say, is it a fact now that I have a jacket on? They say, no, you no longer have a jacket or sweater on. So they can visually see that the facts changed. They were subject to a higher force that moved them away from what they were. So the key to this teaching is that facts do change. We should not allow the facts in our lives to dominate our life now, to dominate our life in the future. We should submit the facts to a higher reality, which is God's word. So if we submit to God's word, allow God's word to dominate our thinking, our speaking, our thoughts, then God's word will become our reality. Thank you so very much for listening to this teaching of truth and reality. The key is God's word your reality, or are the facts in your life your reality? You choose this day whom you will serve. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.